There we go. There we go. My audio is fully in effect. How are you guys doing today? It's Tristan Barracks here, the digital storyteller, and I'm super excited to be with you once again for another episode of Livestream Mondays, where we talk all things digital storytelling, filmmaking. And, you know, this is a great opportunity for individuals like yourself you out there in the internet stratosphere. Those of you that are really passionate about storytelling in a lot of different ways, whether you're a photographer, whether you're a cinematographer, whether you're a hybrid, or you're somebody like myself that's self-described as a digital storyteller, this is an opportunity for you to learn, to pick my brain, to ask questions about anything to do with creating stories using the digital mediums like photography, cinematography, and the like. So, I mean, man, there's so many things that have been going on in the past few days and few weeks. If you missed last week's episode, it was kind of quick. It was only a 20-minute episode. I'm trying to keep these more concise and short and sweet, and kind of going directly into the questions at hand. I do want to thank you to all of those that do tune in, that do support the channel in different capacities, in different ways. Without your support and without your love and without your encouragement, this simply wouldn't be possible. So big ups to you. You're dope. I appreciate you a lot. That being said, let's jump into just some of the topics and some of the things that I want to talk about today. Man, there's like so much to talk about, but one of the main things I want to talk about right away and jump into where you can actually answer your questions, so or get your questions submitted. So with Tip Tuesdays, or not Tip Tuesdays, my apologies, with Livestream Mondays. Tip Tuesdays is another segment I do specifically for IGTV, by the way, and it comes on every single Tuesday, sometime on Tuesday. It's not always exactly when I want to put it out, but I get it out there, and that's just like quick tips that are 2 minutes or less. But with regards to Livestream Mondays, my goal and my focus is to answer your questions, and there are several different ways of actually submitting your questions. You can go to my website at tristanbarracks.com/questions, and there is a quick really short form that basically allows you to ask any questions that you have, 90 words or less, and you will have a really good chance of being able to get your question answered. And it's a great way to kind of get to know me, and for you to learn something new as well, and something fresh, and get a lot of the answers to your questions solved, hopefully within these Livestream Mondays. So there's that. But then there's also another level of support, which is my Patreon page, where you have different levels of membership. So you have a $2 membership, which is just a supporter. You love what I'm doing, you love the content that I'm creating, and you can feel free to support on that level. You can also support on the $5 a month level, where it gives you a little more access, and you can ask a few questions that are specific to maybe a project you're working on, or just something that you're stuck in right now. You can quickly ask those questions, and it's $5 a month. And then you have the $10 a month, which is digital mentorship, which allows you or affords you access to me for 20 minutes or more per month, depending on what you desire to gain out of the mentorship. But that being said, it also is a great opportunity for you to really have some accountability. I'm actually working with a person right now who is working on their channel and their branding, and man, there's a lot of growth and a lot of development that's happening in their life, because again, they just have somebody to answer to and somebody to keep them and hold them accountable. So that's something to think about. Definitely check that out. And lastly, for those of you that were not aware, last month, I believe it was the 23rd of February, we had our first photo and video walk of the year of 2020 so far, and it went really, really well. There were a lot of people that were interested in all come out, but those that did come out got a lot out of it. For those of you that don't know what a photo walk is, a photo video walk is where I give you an opportunity to follow me with a model, and we take photos of that model, and then I give you feedback, live feedback. I show you how to work with models, how to pose them, how to compose a shot, and how to just become a better professional creative. So it's a great opportunity to meet new creatives, to share your ideas with others, and to just become more intentional and just more excellent with your craft. So it's definitely something that you should think about. The next one is going to be March 29th. It's going to be in the Distillery District area of Toronto. So that's like an old school kind of funky area of town in Toronto. And we're starting at 2 o'clock. And we're going to 4, and then maybe after, if you want to grab a bite to eat or a drink, then we can do that too as well. If you feel like that's something that you want to do. Now, the big thing about the photo and video walks is, do you have to bring your own lens? Do you have to bring your own camera? Do you have to bring, your own flash? You don't have to bring a whole bunch of equipment. Last time we went out, I brought one camera, one lens, and we just rocked it out. I mean, I switched to maybe one other lens, but I didn't really use that much. I actually just used the just the 50 mil, the 50 mil 1.4 Canon, and that worked out really well. And this was a picture of Stephanie, who was our model for the day, and she was phenomenal. She was great. And this is actually one of the shots I took from it. I have other shots which I'll probably leave in the comment section if you are looking for the results of that. Just let me know. So if you are interested in attending, it's only $7, and the $7 covers our time and our setup for preparing for the model and also preparing for sort of the lesson, because it is a live workshop. So let me know. You can go and check it out. Just look under Tristan Barracks, or you can look under the March photo and video walk. So check that out and let me know your thoughts. Now, on to the more important topics. Let me just jump into sorry about that. Let me just rewind there because the audio was messed up there. Yeah, so like I wanted to say again was the question was, where do I get my music from? The music that I put into my videos. And I get this question a lot because the question is one that a lot of people struggle with, because a lot of people struggle with, should I use somebody else's music like Beyonce or Jay-Z or whoever else, Taylor Swift, or should I spend the money in memberships to get access to these music libraries, right? And a lot of times, what happens in terms, yes, I did change that. I just adjusted the audio there. I hope it's working better for you. Let me know. Just hit the like button or whatever else if you can hear me now. What I was saying was, a lot of times what happens is like you don't really know which website is the best website for you. And this is something that's a common problem for a lot of creatives. They're always trying to figure out, okay, well, if I make this investment here, is it worth my money? And then if I do make the investment and I don't like it, can I get my money back? And how do I know that, that if I go with this particular membership over another membership, royalty-free membership, or another royalty-free website, I won't get restricted in the future in terms of being able to use this music in perpetuity. So I want to kind of go through a few of those things with regards to royalty-free music, because I think it's really, really important that we as creatives are aware and are intentional about what we do and what we create. Because the reality is that as much as it's great to use, an artist that we all know and we all love and we all appreciate using their music, the reality is that we really shouldn't be using their music because their music is their creation. And if we're using their music to leverage our content or to build off of as an inspiration, then they should really be getting the credit. And ultimately they should be getting some money. And that's where royalties come into play. And when, for those of you that don't know why we pay royalties to say, hey, we're going to give credit where credit is due. If Beyonce and her team created an amazing song, Halo or whatever else, Crazy in Love with You, when we use it for a wedding or for a promotional video or whatever else to get people to buy our products because they may be emotionally attached to that song or they like that song, we have to pay them. We have to pay people. We have to honor them. We have to honor the fact that they created it. So a way to surpass that, or to not have that problem, to solve that issue, is to have music that is totally royalty free, meaning we can use that music in perpetuity. We don't have to keep on paying the artist or paying the producer or paying any of the musicians. They have sold us not the exclusive rights to the song, but the rights to be able to use it in a certain capacity. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And as I'm talking to you and showing you different websites, I want you to ask questions. I want you to, pick my brain about this, because I've been doing a lot of research about this specific topic. I feel like I've put in a lot of hours, about 10,000 hours into this sort of royalty-free music world. So I'm definitely willing to tell you whatever you want to know about royalty-free music, the pros and the cons. But also with that, I do want to give you full disclosure. Some of these websites that I am showing you are sponsors of my channel. So, I've built a relationship with them. They may have given me a free membership and access to their platform. They may have paid me to do some promotional things for them. So I do have relationships with quite a few of these websites. These are not all the royalty-free websites that are out there, but these are the ones that I know, that I'm familiar with and that I use on a regular basis, or have used in the past. So again, you can take everything with a grain of salt, but just know that it is coming from a place of, I want to help you guys out. I want to give you guys the best resources possible so that you can make the dopest videos possible as well. So let's jump into the first one. I'm going to go back to my screen here. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a share. If for those of you that are watching it on replay, just type in #replay and tell me where you're from, because I'd love to know where you're from. And maybe, just maybe, I might come and visit and do a photo walk or a workshop in your area, in your neck of the woods. But that being said, let me jump right into the first website that I absolutely love. I'm gonna pull it in so you guys can see a little bit better. This is Musicvine. Everybody say Musicvine. Musicvine. Anyways, I'm not a singer. I'm not gonna try to sing again. But Musicvine is actually a brand new website that I learned about. It's not brand new in the sense of the service, but it's made up of, it was started by a group of creatives, really smart guys from the UK, and they have put together a website that I think rivals any of the other websites that I'm about to show you, and especially some of the established ones, because they have really been intentional about keeping the content creator in mind. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times when you look at websites that are made for content creatives, a lot of times it's made in a way that's not intuitive, and it's not something that is easy to understand, or has ease of flow or ease of use. So with this particular website, Musicvine, I really found Musicvine to be very, very accessible. So when you're on the Musicvine website, the first thing that you'll notice is that you'll see all these tiles. These tiles actually represent the most used or popular sort of genres of music that people want to use. So you have cinematic, you have promotional, you have vlog, you have electronic, you have dramatic, happy, cool, pop, energy or energizing, wedding, indie. So these are all the different types of genres. This is not all the genres they have. If you go to music genres, then it'll actually show you just instrumental music genres, or the music genres that they have. Then they have the moods, they have the production types, right? They have the movie genres. They have tons and tons and tons of different types of genres. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jay Bernard. So they have tons and tons and tons of different genres, which are really, really cool. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump back to popular again. And then I'm going to go under cinematic because I like cinematic. Actually, I might even go back and go to vlog, to be honest with you, because I do a lot of vlogging, and this is kind of a vlogging channel. I'm going to see if you can even hear the music. If you can, then you can let me know. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press play. I'm going to see. So the music is playing through this. Oh, can you hear the system? Okay, cool. It's playing right now. And this, let me turn it down a bit. So that's the music. Can you guys hear the music? Let me know if you can hear the music. Right? So that's the music that's playing. Right? I can jump to another song. Right? This one's vibe. This one's vibe. I like this. Right, so you can listen to the music. The other thing I like, so let's say for instance this one right here, this song called Electronic or what? Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna press the heart here. And then what you can do here, so when you press the heart, now you favorited it. So now it's become one of your favorite songs. So I'm gonna click on it here. And when you click on the actual song, it'll actually come to the track page, and on the track page a few things are happening here. You can download the track, which will give you a preview. You can also get the license. So because I'm already logged in, I can click on license and then it'll prepare a license for me, right? Or I can scroll down and I can go through the different versions of this particular track, right? So it also tells me things like the tempo, which again, if you're into music like I am, you want to know the tempo of things just to make sure that it's it works with the type of video you're trying to create. But beyond that, it also gives you a couple short versions, loop, the stems. So whenever you see something called stems mean they essentially mean they're the broken up versions or the broken up tracks that make up the full track. So for instance, if I just want the bass, if I just want the drums, if I just want the piano, if I just want the individual elements split up into individual tracks, those are the stems. So each one of those tracks are called stems. Those stems make up the totality of the song. So you can download those, or you can go down to similar music. So if you like that song, then you would probably like this song. So if I play this song now, all right. So again, the thing that I love about Musicvine is that it's allowing me to find my music or the type of music that I need for this project really quickly, right? I don't have to search and search and search. And one of the things about it is that, again, a lot of times as a creative, you have a tight deadline and a tight time, turnaround time. So you don't have the time to be like, oh, well, is this site going to produce or provide me with the music that I need, right? You may not have time to spend an hour or 2 hours to look for the perfect track. You want to find a track that maybe sounds like the type of music that you want for this video. And then once you use a similar music sort of playlist beneath the song that you've selected, it just makes it that much easier to find the music that you want, right? So there's that. The other thing that you can do under browse is you can go under here we have collections. So let's say for instance, I don't know, I'm just going to click on a particular style. I'm going to click on urban, right? When I click on urban, it not only gives me urban tracks broken down here like before, but up at the top, it gives us my collection. So these are collections of, think of them as like playlists. So they're specific playlists. So there's like underground vibe, there's stylish promo, there's good vibes, there's attitude, right? So there's different types of playlists based upon the genre I was looking for, right? So under urban, these are some of the urban playlists. So you can find your music that way too. So if I go under underground vibe, then it's going to give me that type of music sound, right? Okay. So that is Musicvine. The next one, the next site that we're going to look at, and again, if you want to, actually, I should jump into the pricing really quickly so you can see. Like, again, with any of these websites I'm going to show you, outside of one website, every one of these websites are going to require you to pay something for a membership. So in this case, you have Pro Lite and then you have Pro Standard. So you have between $25 or $27 Canadian per month to $47. And that just gives you different capacities of where you can, different capabilities of where you can use this music. So you have unlimited usage, right? You can use it for personal. So under Pro Lite, you can use it for personal projects, weddings, standard projects, right? Whatever they've defined as standard projects. You can use it for small business, limited to a project or a business that's making under $500,000. You can use it for YouTube creation, limited, podcast creation, limited, indie films, limited, corporate content, content marketing, all limited. And then once it gets to show programming, documentaries, feature films, games, and apps, then all of those are X'd out, right? And then you would have to go to Pro Standard, which will give you pretty much all the access. And then if you want like, you know, TV, radio broadcast type of licenses, then you'd have to then make that additional investment. So that being said, that's Musicvine. Now, there also is the creator subscriptions, which are a little bit cheaper, $20 and $27 respectively. And that gives you more of a digital licensing freedom, if you want to say. And that's something that I think most people that are watching this channel or watching this stream, you're best set to go that direction than try to go with the pro version, especially if you're not using this for commercial use. So if you're not using this music for commercial use, there's no point of going to the pro subscription until you feel like you're making that money back. Now the next one is EpidemicSound. So I'm just gonna log into EpidemicSound. I don't even know why it's doing this, but okay, I'll select the traffic lights. They never did this to me before. Let me just do that and verify. There we go. And this is EpidemicSound now. Now, EpidemicSound is one of my favorites. The reason why EpidemicSound is one of my favorites is because it has a really, really cool sort of pop music, you know, top 40s type of sound in terms of their artists. And don't get me wrong, Musicvine does as well. Musicvine's music is very high quality. It's just different, and I've started to really jump into Musicvine because there's just so much music there that it takes time to kind of jump into everything. With regards to EpidemicSound, they have a few different things. So they have sound effects, they have albums, and then you can browse right through their music. So I'm actually going to jump right into some of their music here. Give me a second here. Perfectamundo. Hey. Perfect. All right. We are good to go. All right. So I'm just. So there's a lot of different types of music that you can find. I'll show you some of the music that I found. So if I go under my name and I go to my music, under my music, I've made a whole bunch of different playlists, and under those playlists, I can create subcategories, and so these are some of the songs that I've found. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna jump into some hip hop stuff that I found. So as you can see, there's tons and tons and tons of music that's available on EpidemicSound. It's really, really good. And here's the thing that's the best about EpidemicSound. I'm going to show it to you here. It's absolutely phenomenal. If we go to pricing, the pricing is $15 US a month, and they charge you per month or per year, depending on what you want to do. It's $144 US a year, and so that'll come up to like maybe $208 or something like that, Canadian. That's pretty good, and it gives you unlimited downloads of tracks, clearance for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and podcast. Unlimited views and follows, monetized YouTube on YouTube, and 30-day trial. So for 30-day free trial. So what that essentially means is that you can try it out for 30 days. If you don't like it, then you say, I don't want to do it anymore, and you're good to go. But I've been using them now for 2 or 3 years straight, and they've only been getting better. Like they say here, 30,000 tracks and 60,000 sound effects. So it's pretty, it's dope. If you go to latest, then it'll show you some latest stuff. I want to show you one last thing before we jump to the next thing. They have their albums. So albums are just, again, they're artists, but then they're also albums that were created by the team at EpidemicSound. So it's really, really good, very well curated music and curated content. I'm just going to play this. I don't even know what it is. So as you can see, again, there's tons of stuff there. There's a lot of music. We got our sound effects over here. I'm not going to jump into the sound effects today. So that's EpidemicSound. The next one that we're going to go to is Audiio. Audiio is a brand new, it's kind of the new kid on the block. But the good thing about Audiio is they actually have a deal where if you pay, not today, but like by the end of March, you can actually have a lifetime subscription or membership to their website, right? Yes, sir. See you later. But with regards to Audiio, the thing I really, really like about Audiio is, again, for $200, you have a lifetime subscription, which means that as long as they are adding music, and as long as they're adding features, which I've spoken to the team, and they're going to be adding a lot of features and a lot of different things to the platform, you're going to be stretching out that $200 over the course of 2, 3, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. I mean, and you're never going to have to pay more unless, they come up with some other new thing that they're going to do. But right now, the team is just like, listen, we're doing this lifetime membership. It's $200. Get in where you fit in. Do it now before you can no longer do it. So, I mean, if I were you, I would definitely take advantage of it. It's $200 and it's not too bad. The music is pretty good. So like I said, the music is pretty dope. They're constantly adding new music. Right now, they have a steady supply. I mean, they just launched in January, so a lot of what they're doing right now is they're building their capacity, signing new artists every day. Every week they're coming out with new music and new reasons to keep this platform and to get excited about this platform. Some of I would say the genres that are in here right now are they're really geared towards just getting quality artists, and trying to get artists that are off of labels, and I think from what I understand, their focus is really on trying to get, you know, individuals or artists that are recording that are on real labels like Virgin or like Sony or whatever else. So, you know, even though you may not have heard of some of these artists, a lot of them are either indie artists or artists that are coming up that want to be able to kind of spread their wings and spread their reach. And that's a really exciting thing, because as a filmmaker, there's nothing better than hearing really great music from real passionate artists. So that's something that I'm really excited about. That's Audiio. You can get more information if you go to Audiio, which is AUDIIO.com, and you get more information about Audiio. $200 for a lifetime membership. There's a handful of music. There's about, I believe, a couple thousands of songs right now. But they're constantly adding more, so it's definitely a website to look at. The next one is Filmstro. Now, Filmstro Pro it's a unique type of it's a unique type of website or royalty-free site. The reason why I say that is because it actually allows you to take their music library. So each one of these songs are designed in a way that allow you to sorry, I remember when you turned me on to EpidemicSound. Yes, Adrian, listen, Adrian's my homie, and he was just saying, I remember when you turned me on to EpidemicSound. Yeah, EpidemicSound is definitely a great resource. But just jumping back into Filmstro Pro, the way that this works is you essentially pick a song, you start playing it, right? So I'm gonna play it. Hopefully it plays through. Okay, so this is the song here. Turn it on. So for those of you that didn't catch what was happening, essentially what I was doing was I picked a song, and then I used these sliders here, and the sliders are broken up into three major elements. So one is momentum, the next is depth, the next is power, and those three areas, and I'll drag it a little bit lower so you can see a little bit better here, right? So you have momentum, depth, and power. And those three elements, depending on how you adjust those sliders, that will affect the way the song actually sounds. And essentially what you're doing is you're doing a very simple but effective line of scoring your music. So if you want a very intense moment to happen in the song, you can score it that way. You can, you know, put up the power or the momentum. If you want things to slow down, then you bring down the momentum and maybe bring forward the depth, right? So there's different ways of actually sculpting and shaping the music and the sound of the music in a very customized way. And how many of us, when we're creating videos, we kind of get into a place where it's like, man, I wish I could customize this song a little bit more. And there's also like certain websites that don't even allow you to customize the music at all. Like once you buy the song, you can't change it, you can't loop it, you can't do a lot of things. So, you know, this is a great option for individuals that want to have a little bit more control. And with that control comes a plethora of different options. Now, their library, again, like audio is a little bit limited right now, but they keep on adding more music, keep on adding more sounds, keep on adding a lot more quality music. So you can check that out. I believe their pricing is a little bit different. Yeah, so it's like $9 a month or $8.25 a month for YouTube level if you want Pro, or you can use it for, you know, worldwide use, I guess, for projects or corporate events. Then you're looking at $20 a month or $250 per year, and then it goes up from there. So you should check that out. It's definitely dope and worth checking out. So I'm going to leave that with you guys. The next area, and by the way, for those of you that are watching, please give me a like, a thumbs up, and hit me up in the comment section. I would love to know if you have questions about the topics that we're dealing with, just because I really want to answer your questions. Right now, the topic at hand and the question at hand was let me just jump back over here, was where I got all my royalty-free music from that I put into my videos. So I'm going through some of the different pages or the different websites that I go to as resources. So it's really, really important that if you are interested in, you know, getting any sort of information like that, or making a decision on which membership to go with in terms of a royalty-free music, just ask me the question. I've probably used the platform, or I've done research on the platform, and I can give you some good advice about that. Or if you have other questions in and around storytelling and filmmaking, let me know and I'll answer those questions for you as well. The next thing that's up, let me just jump into our next thing here. There we go. This is Soundstripe. Now, Soundstripe is really, really cool. Soundstripe is another really, really great website. The reason why I like it so much is because when it first started, it was pretty much a glorified wedding music website. It had a lot of like wedding-ish types of sounding music. And now it's dramatically changed, and they've really elevated and stepped up their game when it comes to the types of music and genres of music that you have. So I'm just going to show you my favorite spot to go to, which is the playlists. When you go to the playlists, right, you have a whole bunch of preloaded playlists. So you have like recently added, epic gaming, adventure film, sports films, sci-fi, piano score, all that sort of stuff, podcasting, that sort of thing. So I'm just going to go to, I'll go to family film. Why not? So the first thing that you'll notice like when you go to a playlist is that you can follow that playlist, which is great. What following means is that I can just, whenever there's new music that's being added, I'll get notified, or I'll automatically remember, or the membership will remember in my account some of the playlists that I really, really loved and I really, really appreciated. So that's what that does. So when you click on follow, it automatically follows. And then let's play this first song here. All right, so yeah, I mean that's basically some of the songs that are there. I mean, again, they have thousands and thousands of songs and music and all that other stuff. So it's not all the songs, obviously, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys a quick heads up on this website. The other thing is, if we want to jump into, I'm going to see if I can get into pricing. I may have to log out in order to get into pricing. Yeah, let me sign out, and then it'll probably take me into pricing. Let me go to Soundstripe. And there you go, sign up. So it's $12 a month for Soundstripe, which is very affordable. very, very affordable. Or you can do premium, which I believe it gives you pre-released music, 3,000 song stems or songs with stems, and then also gives you a 30,000 plus sound library, audio sound library. So that's pretty good too. Again, a lot of these come down to your flavor and your genre and your vibe. If you feel like, you know, your vibe is just not this sort of platform or this sort of song, these sort of songs, it's all good. That's fine. But I did want to give sort of a good review of all of them, or overview of all of them. And the last two, we're just going to jump through really, really quickly. So Artlist, a lot of people like Artlist. A lot of people have used Artlist before. It was one of the first royalty-free music websites that allowed you to do multiple, allowed you to download multiple songs in perpetuity with no strings attached, in a membership format. I remember first seeing that and saying, how is it possible for them to create a membership format for royalty-free music and the music be good and it be affordable? And I remember they first came out, I think it was like $200 or maybe $250 or whatever else. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, I got a question here. Let me see here. This might be more a legal question. What if you purchased a soundtrack when your project channel is at one stage, but your channel or project budget grows? Okay, I get what you're saying. Let's see the continuation. Do you have to renegotiate pricing for already purchased items? That's a great question. So just in layman's terms, for those of you that are just joining us, the question is, let's say, for instance, you start out and you have 5 people on your YouTube channel. So you qualify for the cheaper level of a specific royalty-free membership, right? Music membership. And it's only $15 a month for that music membership, or $10 a month. And then all of a sudden you blow up and now you have 200,000 followers and viewers or subscribers. And now you no longer are under that sort of 1,000 subscriber threshold or 5,000 subscribers threshold. Do you have to pay more? Do you have to renegotiate? Simply put, it all depends on what website you're using. So for instance, for EpidemicSound, you just jump up to the next tier. You have to go to the $25, $30, $50 tier or something like that. For other websites, they will require you to jump up even further, right? They may say to you, now you're a commercial, so you have to pay just the full licensing fee. It all depends on the website. It really does. It has less to do with your channel growing and more to do with like exposure, right? Like once you're getting to a place where you're broadcasting, you know, to a small city or town, then it becomes a problematic for them, for the producers and for the websites, because now it's like, okay, you're making enough money that you should be able to support paying, you know, $500 or $1,000 a year, which ironically is what I pay for, you know, all my memberships combined. So again, yeah, you would have to not renegotiate, but they would give you a different fee and you would bump into another tier. So that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. Let me know if you have another question. Yeah. So again, Artlist is a great website. It's kind of, in a way, I like describing it as kind of the poor man's version of Musicbed. Musicbed is probably the creme a la creme, or the top out of the top in terms of music licensing websites. They are a little bit more restrictive, but they are the gold standard, I would say. And they do have a licensing membership fee type of thing, but it's not as robust as some of these other platforms. Again, like $16 a month, $17 a month, or paying $200, I think, for the year, or $250 for the year for Artlist. And they do have some really good music, but it's very indie centric music. So, you know, if you're making like an indie film, or if you're making I like to call it a Chad from Hamilton film. No hating against Chad, but I'm just saying, you know, if you have that sort of vibe and you're looking for like the Elevation Church type of film that you're trying to create, then that can really work for you. That may really work for you. And again, I know I shouldn't really stereotype, but each platform kind of has a different sound, and the sound, the indie film sound, is definitely what Artlist is going for. And last but not least, the free and unabashed option that you can look for in terms of royalty-free music platforms is YouTube Audio Library. Yay, YouTube Audio Library. I've used it when I first, not first started, but maybe 7 years ago. I used to use the YouTube Audio Library, because at the time it was really hard to find royalty-free music without spinning an arm and a leg. And you know, I found some cool stuff on there. They have some sound effects as well. But again, with like anything else, the library is limited, and because millions, if not billions, of people use YouTube, it now has kind of turned into a glorified, you know, I don't even know, like just like Value Village type of thing where everybody uses the same songs. So unless you're in a real pinch or you don't really care and you just need to have a song to throw into your video, then grab one of these songs here. All you have to do is go to youtube.com/audio library, and that will take you right into the audio library. And then you also have a sound effects library as well. So those are all of the different websites that I would suggest right now. I'm open to taking any of your questions, but as you can see, a lot of them, I mean, I would say most of them are very affordable. Like, you're not spending more than about $300 a year to get really, really high-end, high-quality music, right? That, let's be honest, unless you're gifted with you know, as a musician or as a writer, you're not going to be able to make that music. So if you don't want to spend the time to make music like that, like, you know, high quality music, top 40 music, indie film music, then just check out one of these websites and go ahead and try them out. Like I said before, EpidemicSound has a 30-day trial. Audiio, AUDIIO, has a lifetime membership for $200. You can't really, like, if you spend $200 right now on it, it'll be worth the money because they already have royalty-free music on there. What else? What are some of the big points? Filmstro Pro, that's a great outlet if you are looking for something that will give you more control as a filmmaker and as an independent filmmaker, especially if you're making documentaries and you want to make like a long sort of piece of music that's just wrapping around and that just continues to play. That is a great resource because all the music is designed to loop. All the music is designed to be scored up and down. And then you have, you know, like platforms like Musicvine, and Musicvine is a great resource. It has, I mean, I haven't found a bad track. And I've been searching for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, almost a month. Their artists are great. They select really, really dope artists. They have, you know, impeccable taste in terms of music. I really like that platform as well. So those are just some of my takeaways, but I would love to hear any of your questions. If you do have any questions, if you don't, that's okay. If you're watching this on a replay, please type in replay, #replay, and where you're from. Would love to know where you're from to see if we can get ourselves, myself and my team, over there to maybe do or host an event over where you are from. But if you don't have any questions, I'm going to sign off, but I'll give you one more, I'll take a look one more time to see if there's any other questions or anybody else saying anything in addition to what was already said. All right, I'm looking here. It seems like everybody said what they need to say. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you do want to ask any questions for another Livestream Monday, you can just go to my website. Just go to tristanbarracks.com/questions. That's tristanbarracks.com/questions. I can't talk right now, but that's okay. And I'd love to answer your questions in the next Livestream Monday and answer questions about anything to do with storytelling and filmmaking and all that great stuff. So Again, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Peace out. Stay positive. Stay creative, and keep on creating. Create what you see. Don't stop creating. Don't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Be like Puffy. Like, just continue to grind and continue to stay focused. I don't know who that's for, but I just want to say, I appreciate you. I believe in you. I know you can do what you have in your heart and your mind to do. Do that, write that film, that script for that film, create that documentary, and be the best damn creative and digital storyteller that you can be. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to take risks and invest in yourself. Do what you feel is in your heart to do, and film and create what you see. Because we have enough of what everybody else sees. What do you see? And create what you see and capture that. All right? Stay positive, stay blessed. Peace.